I've been getting a lot of comments, questions, DMs about Air Force Phoenix Raven, and a lot of y'all think y'all are ready to be Phoenix Ravens, but I'm gonna tell you right now, some of y'all are not even close. You know, uh, Less than 1% of Air Force security forces will ever become a Raven, a Phoenix Raven. Excuse me. The pipeline to get there, bro, is tough. And some of y'all may not even get the opportunity to do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break it down in this video. Okay. But you choose the goddamn DMX one on the Pat P. And we are back with another video. So like I said, I'm getting all these comments and questions and all that, blah blah blah. But it's just like this, dog. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know some of y'all are just trying to get the research and this and that, but a lot of things have to go right. You have to get lucky in order to even like try out for the shit. You know what I mean? And if you don't, I like to tell people this: if you haven't went through basic yet, tech school yet, bro, don't even be thinking about Phoenix Raven right now. Phoenix Raven should not even be a concern of yours right now. Because you don't even know if you're gonna make it through basic. If we being honest. You don't even know if you're gonna make it through tech school. If we being honest. That's 5 months of training by itself you gotta get through. So I'm not saying don't look ahead, but you got a lot of food on your own plate you gotta eat first before you get to dessert. You know what I'm saying? And anything can happen. Shit, you can get hurt, or you'll never be able to get to a base. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a lot of things that have to go right, and you have to get lucky, and your leadership gotta be messing with it. So let me break that down. You have to get to one of those 6 or 7 bases. Where it's Travis, California, McCord, okay, Andrews, Dover, MacDill, Charleston, and let's just say Scott Air Force Base. That's 7. That is a AMC base, Air Mobility Command. You'll learn about that stuff later. So those are the flying or the Raven hubs. You get your base, you learn about where you're gonna be stationed at in tech school. I don't remember the time frame, but at some point you're gonna find out. And depending on like where the Air Force is lacking at, a majority of y'all are going to go to the same base. For an example, during my time, everybody was going to either Minot, North Dakota, or Maelstrom. You do not want to get those bases. Those are PRP bases, nuke bases. If you get one of those bases, your ass is cooked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I got lucky. I was supposed to go to Minot, but something happened with my background and my clearance or this and that. I couldn't get the clearance I needed to guard nukes or whatever. So I got retagged to Dover. That's what happened. So I got lucky for one. Okay? So I get to Dover. Don't even know nothing about Ravens. While I'm there, like in the beginning stages or beginning phase of training, this and that, haven't heard of Raven. Didn't know Dover was a Raven base until I'm on a post, meaning like I'm going to my post where I think it was like either flight line or goddamn the main gate, and I'm stationed, not stationed. My partner is a Raven. You know what I mean? So he's telling me about it and this and that. And he was like, yeah, I was a Raven at this base. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. And I was like, word. And I'm like, how do you become one? And he told me, like, basically, since you were a new airman, you gotta get your fire level first. You gotta get your fire level, complete your CDCs, pass all that, pass the QC, pass the practical, and then you take the next step. Okay? So after you get your fire level, you gotta go to your supervisor. Well, I tell people don't tell your supervisor. Don't tell your supervisor yet of your plans. Okay? Because when you first have your first meeting, when you get your first supervisor and you have your first meeting about expectations and what you're trying to do, whoop-de-whoop, do not mention Raven. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people that's in security forces, they have a hate for Ravens for some reason. Well, ain't no for some reason. It is they hate them because they can't be one. Honestly, God facts. The people that hate Ravens, that's in security forces, are essentially hating on you because, or hating on Ravens because they couldn't be a Raven. They view us as people that fly all over the world and make all this money, which is true. But Ravens go through some bullshit too. But so to minimize not getting hated on or taken serious by your supervisor, do not tell them they're trying to go Raven. Tell them you're trying to get on patrol as fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to get your QCs out the way. Whoop-de-whoop. Tell them something different. Do not mention Raven. So you get your CDCs, you study, try to knock this out as fast as possible. Okay? That's going to make your process easier. Once you knock that out and pass that and you get your fire level, you need to go to the Raven section on your own. Now, this can be intimidating depending on the type of Raven section that's at the base. You got some people that treat the Raven section like it's the Marines. Like they just, we're trying to be a Raven folk out. You ain't got to do all that. So just walk in the office and be like, hey, I'm interested in becoming a Raven. What do I need to do? Now, depending on the section, they're going to give you like this little folder with like some 4 or 5 sheets of paper. And that's going to tell you everything to do. It's like a checklist. Okay? And so after that, then you take that to your supervisor. You know what I'm saying? And then tell them what you're trying to do. So that's why it's like if you got a good supervisor that really want to see you win, he's not going to have a problem with you. Or she shouldn't have a problem with you trying to go Raven. You know what I mean? But I will say, you're going to have to put your time on flight first. PAP was flight. Basically the patrols and the main gates and all that. You gotta put your time on flight. You can't they don't care if you get your CDCs day 1 and day 20 you pass them. They do not care, bro. They need you on that gate first. You know what I'm saying? Until more people come in. Because essentially Raven is like an extracurricular job. You know what I mean? It's a rewarding one, but it's a extracurricular job. But the main focus is always, you know, the base law enforcement and this and that. So yeah, take about a year. And once your year is come and gone, and you done been on flight for a little bit, you got more people done came to the base, and y'all got the manning is looking good. Then your supervisor and your flight chief can sign off on you, you know, trying out for Raven. Because all it is right now is a tryout. Okay? And the tryout consists of a few things. You know? You're going to take about 3 or 4 PT tests during this tryout. I'm not going to hold you. And a tryout includes pre-Raven and shit too. So you take a Air Force PT test, and then you backdoor and take a Raven PT test. It's the same thing, but the Raven PT test, bro, you gotta break 90 on them push-ups, and on them sit-ups, you have to touch the knees. Pat, what you mean? Listen, an Air Force PT test, you can pump them hoes out, and then on the sit-ups, all you gotta do is touch the bottom of your hip or the bottom of your leg. So basically, right here, When you sit when you doing the sit up, just e. But on a Raven goddamn PT test, you gotta go all the way touch your knees, big dog. So shit, you might could kick out 60, 70 sit-ups on the Air Force PT test, but on a real bit, yeah, you might only do like 40, 50. And you're gonna take a couple more of these PT tests too. So that's going well. You done tried out this and that. Now you got your pre-Raven date. In that folder, there's also going to be a sheet of like workouts to do to help you prepare. Now, if I remember correctly, it could have changed now, but they would tell you what you would do, like rep ranges rise for the exercises. Like they'll tell you like Monday you're supposed to be able to do 20 of each nonstop whoop, and it's a whole list schedule. Just because that's what's on that paper does not mean that's what's going to happen. Like you're not going to hit 20 and stop. No, you're going to it's 20 and up. It's 20 and up. You know? And some people think just because they work out and they was this type of athlete in high school or college or they did, that don't mean a goddamn thing in pre-Raven, bro. That don't mean nothing. The thing that has to be the strongest and the most conditioned is not your chest and your legs and all. I mean, it's this brain. Because if your brain tells you that you tired, what do you think the body's going to do? It's going to quit. So I don't care if you in the middle of a push-up and you struggling, you got to keep telling yourself, bro, keep going. It's going to hurt. This process, this pre-Raven is not no bitch. It could turn you into a bitch, but it's nothing to be played with. You know, like I can give y'all all the workouts, all the what you should do and this and that, but if I can't give you how to be a dog. You know what I mean? If you ain't got that dog mentality, you're not going to be a Raven, bro. You're not going to be one of us. And it is what it is. And if you're not careful, you will get hurt doing pre-Raven. If you're injured, you have to say something because it's going to get worse if you don't say nothing. Like it can cause permanent injuries type shit. Like it was, I forget what class it was, but at some point, bro, one of the people we was training pre-Raven, he was pissing blood. So of course he couldn't be a Raven. That's an issue, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But he's pissing blood. Like it gets like that sometimes. You might get knocked out in the Red Man fight in pre-Raven. So shit, like you really, once you get all this, like the paperwork shit together, this and that, you really gotta sit down and really be like, do I really want to do this? Is it possible? Yeah, because I'm telling you, nigga, it's possible. But if you don't have that mental tenacity, bro, along with the physical tools, along with the ability to learn the background of Raven and how to be a Raven, you're not going to make it. And that's just that on that. But before we can even get there, bro, like I said, y'all have to focus on basic and then get through tech school. That should be y'all main focus right now. Basic and tech school. You will have plenty of time to be Raven. And then, like I said, you got to get a base. You got to get the base. I think that's probably the second hardest part about becoming a Raven is getting to a Raven base. So you got to be an active Raven. You know what I'm saying? So I know that y'all are interested. I know y'all want to hear stories, and I know y'all want to be a Raven, this and that. But it's levels and it's a process. You can't rush the process, bro. You can get all the research you want to, but you still got to go through the process like everybody else. It's not gonna be a overnight thing. It's not something that you could tell your recruiter to get in the contract. No, no, not how that works. Not how that works. So I mean, I can continue to do y'all research if y'all want to, but man, focus on basic and tech school first. All right, don't look ahead too far just yet. So I hope y'all took something from this video, and if you did, let me know in the comments. And if y'all got any more questions about Raven, bro, let me know. I'm not trying to scare y'all. I'm trying to be real with y'all. You know? Uh yeah. And I'll catch y'all next one, bro.